he was there to tell us about his business, and he was talking about how they've grown over the years, and it was total marketing. It wasn't really marketing to my business. So I've not sat there and I was slipped in that I'm a photographer, and he was like, oh, we need a photographer. I was like, oh, you need me.
Welcome to the final episode of Series 4 of the Student Connect podcast, which is absolutely insane to say, and there's no Curtis. But yeah, so I'm T, an illustration student at the University of Staffordshire. This podcast is created in association with the University of Staffordshire and hosted by our student content team. It is a student-led podcast which shares the experiences of students progressing through university education and inviting experts from a variety of life topics. In this series, we're going to be speaking with students from the University of Staffordshire about the extracurricular experience that the university brings to build your employability. We want you to help shape the series, so if you'd like to join us as a guest, email us on comms@staffs.ac.uk or drop us a DM on social media. Please take a moment to leave a review or a like wherever you're listening to help others find us, and if you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe. Along the way, we will endeavour to share our honest stories, sometimes a little bit too honest, to explore the full experience the university offers. And without further ado, let's get started. Today, we are in the Catalyst building at the University of Staffordshire. This is a 4-storey building that brings together delivery of apprenticeships and skills. It is located at our Elite Career Campus in Stoke-on-Trent and brings together social, study, teaching and support functions. I'm looking forward to getting to know a bit more from our guests today, as it is a topic I'm exploring for myself now too. I am personally looking at going into digital marketing as a master's degree, and Aneesa here is doing so herself. Yeah, you progressed from digital marketing as postgraduate education from your undergraduate degree in photography. So yeah, hello Aneesa. Hi. So if you guys didn't already know, Aneesa is one of our student content creators as well. So yeah. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and your academic journey so far?
So hi, my name's Aneesa. I am a digital marketing management postgrad student, and it's waffled.
So I kind of messed up myself.
And I did my undergrad at the University of Staffordshire as well, and I did photography, so I went from photography and I have moved up to marketing.
Yeah. What has inspired you to move from photography to digital marketing? It's quite a different area, really.
Yeah. They kind of combine as well, they think about it. Marketing is a lot of like photography as well. So with my photography, when I finished uni, I didn't know what I was doing, but because it was post-COVID, a lot of people were having small weddings. So I just jumped into wedding because the money was good and it was small and I could control it. It was like 30 people. There was some weddings where I was the 30th guest.
Oh, wow, okay.
Because they had to keep it that small. Yeah. So it was small, intimate, and I was making my money, and I was doing that for a bit. I enjoyed it. Like, I really enjoyed the wedding fun party side. But afterwards, it was just a lot of, it's not my thing. But I liked it, and the money's really good. I can't lie. So I was like, this is great. So I did that for a bit, and then alongside that, I was doing little shoots for brands. So small brands would send me their products, or I would meet up somewhere and we'll just shoot product shots. And that was the kind of stuff that I actually enjoyed. I was doing that before I did my photography anyway. So that's why I did my photography in the first place. I was like, to better my skills in that. And then after uni, because I now have a qualification, I could say I'm a professional photographer, I was doing that more and enjoying that more than weddings. But again, the money was better than weddings. So sometimes it was like, I don't have a full-time job, and I was freelancing it. So when I had weddings, I'd take it literally for the money, because that would just like top me up for the month, and then I'd enjoy doing my products and stuff. So doing that, and then getting into social media, and I started to do a marketing role without saying I'm doing a marketing role.
I get what you mean.
So I do the posts, do this. I'm like, I'm kind of doing that anyway. I enjoy it. I genuinely enjoy it. So I was like, I want to go do that. And then I had the mishap with my job. Should I go into that?
If you want to. If you feel comfortable doing that.
I applied for a job that I really, really wanted. And it was the interview went so well. I got into my second interview. There was only 5 of us. And I almost felt like I was already there. I was already working. Like, I saw myself in the role. And it was good, and they loved me. I know they loved me because I could just tell. And I loved them. I was like, this is going to work for me. And it was a social media content creator role for that place. I don't want to name the place.
Yeah, that's fine.
But in the end, I didn't get it. And she called me up, and she kept apologising, and she goes to me, it's generally because the other person has more qualifications. And I just thought, qualifications. Right, I need to get one of them. So what I did was I literally, that weekend I applied for marketing.
Oh, wow, okay.
Because I was like, if that's what's holding me back from something that I really want to do,
let me go and get it.
Let me go get it. So then I can get that, and then stop me then.
Yeah. No one can stop you at that point, innit?
But yeah, that's how I got into it all.
Right. I mean, you kind of already answered the next question. So how did the University of Staffordshire support your transition to a different field for your masters?
Yeah, I was a bit nervous because I thought, you always think, don't you, if you're going for one thing, they're not going to want me to do that. They're going to be like, where have you come from? What have you got? Especially with the masters, I felt like I need to show that I want to do marketing, but how do I show that with my degree? But honestly, it was so easy. It was, I applied in January. It was a January start, so my course started in January, so it's January till July the next year. Yeah. So I applied in January, got it, and it just happened so fast. And it started at the end of January, so it was New Year's when she called me and said, I didn't get the job, so I was like, that weekend applied, and then it was pretty fast. And then when I had more, because I had my portfolio ready, because I did my product shot, so they kind of saw what I was doing with my photography. I kind of told my application spoke about the social media stuff that I'm doing. When I say social media stuff, it's just content creation, but in like so many different areas. So I think with that, they saw that and they were like, yep, we'll take you.
And there you go.
Just got into it. It was pretty easy, and the university was very quick, and you had a few issues. But I had email, because it was such a small window. I thought
it was very like rushed.
I did it because I was annoyed at that time. But even then, I thought if I don't get it, I'm going to apply again in September. Yeah. But they was quick with just replying to me with emails, sorting things out. It just happened so fast. I was like, oh,
that's it. I'm at uni now.
It was great.
Were there any skills or insights from your bachelor's degree in photography that proved valuable in your digital marketing skills? You've already mentioned the photography itself.
Literally. But the photography itself.
Anything else? Or?
While I was... The thing that the university did help me with was when I started my photography degree, I only knew how to use a camera. And that was my own camera at home with the press the button and done. I had no skills in actually working a camera and using the lights and all that kind of stuff. So the university helped me with all of that stuff. So now I'm very confident to go into a studio, because I did the graduation photos the other day, the other week. And they walked in, I set up the lights. I was like, oh, I know how to do this. And I was a bit nervous, but I did it because I know exactly how I think that's what the university helped me with the product shots and people are two different.
You kind of know like the behind the scenes of how it works.
I learned all that kind of stuff. I think that helped me. So if someone says to me now, give me a product, do photos for that, I don't have to think too much about it. So I think the uni helped me with that.
It's a good thing.
My photography.
Yeah.
It did.
Okay. What aspects of the Masters in Digital Marketing have been the most impactful for your personal and professional growth? It's a big question.
I feel like it's been impactful because when I started in January, the tutors straight away, you realise they all have their own different backgrounds, but they all combine into everything marketing. So I was like, oh, I need a bit of that, I need a bit of that. And they just really push you to do everything that I was like ticking boxes. Oh, God, I want to do that. They were talking about things that they have done or are doing, and I'm like, I want to do that. And they'd be like, oh, we'll show you how. Yeah. And they will literally take you that way, and they won't even let you sit back. What have you done about that? And I'd be like, oh God, I'm still doing it. They'll keep you like on your toes, and so that I feel like
it keeps you like active with it all day. Just personal and
personal. But with my personal life, I feel like I've got a lot more confident. A lot, because they literally throw you in the deep end. I did not realise. Because I did my undergrad, I was like, I can do the assignments, that's going to be great. But no, they literally say, do this, go. Yeah. And you'll be like, oh, how? And they'll tell you how. They'll show you. But you need to go do it yourself. Physically, you'll have to go and talk to people. You have to like grow your LinkedIn, like I was talking about before. Go do it. And then they'll just watch you and be like, no, do it. And I'll be like, how? They do help you, but then they're not going to...
You've got to try and figure it out for yourself.
And I feel like with my personal growth, that's what this degree... I'm just everywhere. I feel like I'm...
It's kind of giving you a push.
Yeah, and I like what it's done.
Yeah, so sometimes it's all you need, though.
I'm talking to people I would never talk to if I didn't. Even if they had said, this is good for you, you should do it, I would never do it unless they said, do it, literally. Go be there at that time. I'd be like, okay.
To be fair, like, in the time of knowing you, like, as part of the, like, social media team, I can see that you've grown a lot as a person, generally. Because, like, I think at the beginning you were very quiet, and now you are a lot more like, you know, you seem a lot more outgoing and
now I talk to anybody.
Yeah,
even if it's
nice,
really scary. It's still really scary. Like, I'm actually still scared. People are like, oh, you're so confident. I'm not. I probably just cried about 5 minutes before I came on that screen.
You just hosted your first podcast.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, and now you're a guest.
Yeah. That was quick.
Yeah,
Progress.
Yeah, literally, it's like it's gotten you doing new things, and you are learning things as a person, and you are growing.
The confidence is just.
I think everyone's been able to see that. It's really nice.
Yeah, my friends say it as well. They're like, you're way more confident. I'm like, yeah, I am.
Yeah.
I didn't see it because I just carry on doing what I'm doing, and I'm just like, look back and be like, oh yeah, I did do that. Yeah. It's great.
What challenges did you face when changing disciplines, and how did you overcome them?
Is that going from undergrad to postgrad, or just like?
I'm gonna guess so.
Yeah, because the workload on postgrad it hit me. Like that first semester, I was like, first I thought I was working then as well because I do my seasonal job. So I was working as well. Like I've got this, I'll do that, and I'll get it done. But no, the deadlines are round the corner, and you have to do a lot of studying yourself. Because I was only in 2.5 days a week, so great, 2.5 days a week. I'll work sort of this is great. But those days off are where you're supposed to be sat doing your research. They do support you a lot. Everything's there, so you can't say I didn't have the help. Yeah, I did have the help. I didn't realize how much I should be on top of it. So it was great. But this semester, I've come in with like a different attitude. Like I'm on top of everything.
That's good.
I hope I am. I think I'm on top of everything beforehand. So that was the thing that I had to change from undergrad. Because undergrad's great, but postgrad is a lot of research.
You've got to have a lot of discipline.
But I enjoy it though. A lot of it, because it's marketing and I enjoy marketing. It's all it's all fun. So it's nothing feels like, oh, I have to do that. Do you know what I mean? It's all been like, oh, that's great. I get to do that. I couldn't do that. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
That's a good thing though.
That's why I'd say.
How has this progression helped clarify your career goals?
Oh God. This is going to relate to like what Adi was saying earlier, because when I started it, I did it out of the anger of not getting that job. Yeah. Bitch, don't want that job anymore. When I think about it back then, it's like funny, if I got that job, I would never do what I'm doing now.
Exactly.
So it's good that didn't happen, but it pushed me this way because I've realised to me, marketing was the photography side of it. Just creating content to get sales or whatever the objective is. But now it's like I can do, there's so much I can do, and I want to do it all. It's like, I probably can't. My husband tells me all the time,
that's
you can't do everything. I'm like, I can.
Yeah.
I will. I'm going to do it. I'll be like dragging myself, but it's because there's so much to do, and and I'm glad that happened, so I can now look at it and be like, I'm on a podcast.
Yeah, there's a lot of
opportunities. I've always wanted to be on a podcast. Well, I've always wanted to have my own podcast. I probably will at this point. I might. I don't know. Yeah, no, I want to do it. I've always wanted to do a podcast. So now I feel like I can actually do one. Yeah. So to me, this has been like, oh, you can do that stuff even if you didn't.
You've got a little intro into like the basics of it.
Yeah. Sometimes you don't realize that you can do things because you've never really looked into it. You think, oh, I wish I could do that, and then you walk off. But you actually can. If you're
willing to do the research and stuff in it, then and you can make anything possible. I think that goes to literally anything.
Literally anything. But you don't realise it until someone pushes you, or you push yourself and be like, I can do this.
There you go. Did you find any unique opportunities like projects or networking events during your masters?
Loads. Literally, I can't even name them. But every week something's going on. If it's not with. Okay, I know then it's a job, but I feel like this is a lot of networking for me as well. So there's something going on with work. If it's not the student creator job, it's the uni. I've always got events or something going on, or my tutors will always know something going on. But I'll go there, do that, and you'll meet X, Y, Z, and he's like, oh, I did that, and I spoke to him. And I'm speaking to this person in this big industry. Like when he said New Balance, I was like, whoa. But like, literally, there was a company that I met with, and I was sat in there. It was a room. And it was one of the rooms in the catalyst, and it was set like a bit like a boardroom. And I was sat there like, am I really talking to him? And he's just telling us about his business, and he was like, and I go slip. And I was like, oh, if you need any jobs. But like you put yourself in these places where you wouldn't be, and it's just like the uni is always, there's something always.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Always. And if you're not looking in the right places, if you're not on the social media, if you're not aware of it, with my undergrad, I wasn't aware of it because I was just actually my degree, and I was like, I'm out, let me get this done. But if you're not aware of it, if you're not looking in the right places, or even looking anywhere, you're not going to find them. But there's so much the university does. You
were saying earlier, like in your undergraduate degree, you weren't really on LinkedIn or anything, but now you are.
Yeah, I looked at LinkedIn. I was like, posh people.
A lot of people think like it's really scary. It's really professional.
I'm still scared of it. I will never post. Before I post, I'm asking about 10 people. Do you think this is okay? Am I allowed to say this on LinkedIn?
I see it kind of like it's weird, but like a Facebook, but for jobs.
Yeah.
Not everyone's dead serious.
Yeah.
but it's like it's a good way to find things, again, network with people and stuff.
Networking.
I always try and tell everyone, get on LinkedIn.
Yeah, I'm that person now. Before I never was. One of my first sessions, my tutor was like, get on LinkedIn, and I was like,
but why?
No. Have you seen my LinkedIn? And I was like, no. He actually sat down and helped me fix it. He fixed all the bits that he said that I should take out or put in, things that I didn't realise. And then next thing you know, I'm talking to people on LinkedIn and I'm just like, oh, this
business is booming.
Yeah, welcome.
To a degree. Right. I want to go back to that question anyway. Is there anything like specific that you've experienced, like an event or networking, anything during your masters?
During the masters.
Yeah. Something like a key detail that you think stands out to you, or that you've learned something from.
Oh, we're going to go back to the boardroom thing. That was a business show kind of thing that happened, and my tutors told me about it, so we just turned up. I keep turning up to things. I literally turn up everywhere. And they're like, "Oh, you're here." I'm like, "Yeah," because even if I don't need to be there, like I did a class last semester. Yeah. He's like, "Why are you here?" I was like, "Because I want to be. I want to learn something. I know by sitting in this room, I'm going to pick up something, so I'm going to be here." So I was in that room, and he was there to tell us about his business, and he was talking about how they've grown over the years, and it was total marketing. It wasn't really marketing to my business. So I've not sat there and I was slipped in that I'm a photographer, and he was like, "Oh, we need a photographer." I was like, "Oh, you need me?" Yeah. He's not got back to me yet, though. Where are you?
You never know.
But the fact that he's put that to my face, and then I quickly found him on LinkedIn. That's what I do now. It's like a professional stalking place. Like, people will remember you because you've like, because they're not gonna.
If you've had an interaction already, then
they're gonna be like, "Oh, that's her," and they can put in a face to the name, and
you can take those conversations further.
Yeah, so that was, to me, was one of my favourite things this year. There's a few that I can, but that's because it's the most recent. I can remember that. And on that same day, I spoke to so many people, and they just chucking their cards at me. They were like, "Yeah, we want you to."
Putting your name out there as well. Once they've seen you and spoken to you, then that's it.
Yeah,
it's just a little start.
Even if you don't get anything from it, you've got a connection on LinkedIn. It makes you look better on LinkedIn. So it's like
more people find you there. Okay, so what advice would you give to students considering a shift in their academic or career path?
This is a great one, because when I did my undergrad, I knew I wanted to do masters, just because I was like, I want to have that. I did a master's. That's why I did my undergrad. I just wanted to, because I'm a mature student, so I've came back after having my kids, and I was like, I just kind of want to do it for my kids, to say that you can do whatever you want. Because I was told that you should only do teaching. That's a whole other topic in itself, but you should only do like what my mum called nice subject. Sorry, mum, just baited you out. But she said it's like a good thing to do. But I've always been different in my family. Everyone knows I'm like,
I feel that.
Some of the different. And I was like, I don't want to, so I never did it. And then when I went back to do my photography, I was like, because I want to. I'm doing it because I want to. It's not for someone to say, oh,
it's something that you're passionate about.
So I did that, and then with my masters, I knew I was going to do one. So while I was at uni, they were like, "There's going to be a photography one." I was like, "Okay, I'll just jump onto that." But in a few, let me just get out into the real world, because they're two different. The university and the real world are different.
Oh yeah.
So then COVID happened, the weddings and all that I was talking about. And in the real world, I was like, I kind of found that's photography. I enjoy it. I love my photography, but it's not a profession, because there's so many avenues that way as well. Yeah, definitely. My own friends or people that I graduated with have gone into like really different things after graduation. It's like, there's so many things that you can do, and one of them is to do marketing as well. So I was like, when I found that I wanted to do marketing, I was like, how do I forget? I don't know what I'm saying. I'm going a bit lost with this.
It's okay. Just what advice would you give to students considering the shift?
Advice. So my advice would be to just go, give it a year at least. After uni. So if you want to do something and you 100% know you need that, like a PGCE or something, you want to do it, go for it. But if you don't and you're unsure, don't do it yet. Wait, go into the real world, get experience in different things, or even whatever you did your degree in. So like I did my photography, I did the weddings for a bit. I did a few events. I did different things, but it wasn't major. Weddings was the major thing. And then I fell into marketing. So it was like, you don't really know what you actually want until you've gone into the real world, used your skills for whatever you learned from your undergrad. You'll find something, and then you'll know what you want. Because I always thought, I knew I wanted a gap. I think I had a 2-year gap. 21 I graduated. I knew that I actually applied for something else at Keele. I wanted to do like a media something it was something like media communication global. I don't know what the course was, but it was something along the sides of what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
But even when I applied for that, I just dropped it because I was like, it's not actually what I want to do.
Yeah.
Again, I was pushing myself to do a master's just because I wanted to do a master's. Until you'll find what you want to do.
Yeah.
But I definitely go for the master's once you've experienced
what it's going to be like.
What life's going to be like, yeah.
So yeah, I feel like I'm kind of in that situation. I don't 100% know what I want to do. It's like, obviously at the minute I'm doing illustration. I'm finally, I literally graduate in July, so it's not very long now because time's flying by.
Yeah.
But I'm looking at going into marketing. But I'm like, do I want to do a master's in digital marketing, or do I just try and jump into a full-time job if I can find one? Because like, I've got some experience behind me, but it's like whether it's enough or whether they want qualifications, like you said.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't really know what to do. I'm
with,
trying to get advice.
Yeah, I'm going to give you some advice. The thing with the uni was, as soon as I started, I straight away realised they've got all the softwares that the job was actually required me to do. It's not about the qualification. It's about what you're learning at uni and all the software. Right now, when I went for my interview the other day that I was telling you about, when he was talking about the softwares, I instantly knew what he's talking about. Had I gone into that without going to uni, I would have been like, what the hell is it? It's a lot of graphs, a lot of numbers and all that kind of
analytical.
Yeah. So when he was telling me, I was like, I kind of know what this is. Had I not gone to uni. So it's, the advice would be that if you want to literally know you want to do it, go for it, because you know they're going to teach you all.
Prepare you for.
Teach you all. Yeah. And if you want to give it a gap, there's a January start as well. Yeah. So you could literally have a gap between. If you go for it, because and the classes are very small as well, so everything's there's 4 people in my class.
Yes. Oh wow.
5 this semester because someone joined us.
That's tiny.
Yeah, it's tiny. But then there's the whole.
Yeah.
When we all get together, there's loads of us in when we have our lectures, but in the classes, it's so easy. It's
a lot more personal as well. Then
and it's a lot more easy for them to kind of get us to practice on these kind of softwares, and like,
they can actually focus on helping you out and stuff.
Yeah, and there's not like so many people that need to help. About, what do you need? And we all kind of always need the same help. Yeah. So it's good to
maybe.
I feel like I'm really dragging you, but I really want you to do it. I don't know. No,
honestly,
it's well worth it.
I do appreciate the advice. I'm gonna look into maybe that January start.
You could do, if you want that gap,
I think I might need that.
Because I really liked that they did the January. When I saw that, I was like, oh my god, I've never heard of that.
It's helpful because it gives you like a little break. I'll have my little break from education, can get myself together, and then come back when I'm ready.
Yeah,
maybe. Okay, so how can students prepare themselves for postgraduate studies, especially in a new field? I feel like you've kind of already answered it, but if you've got any other advice you'd give to...
So as soon as you start uni in January, the first thing they talk about is placements. Yeah. Like, it's not I'm doing my placement in January, it's not even ready yet. Like a year from then, they were like, you need to start thinking and talking like you're going into the industry right now. And that's what I loved about it, because with my photography, because there was so much... To be fair, I feel like COVID really ruined that. Yeah. So there wasn't a lot of pushing us into the industry, and because the industry, there was so much with photography. With marketing, it's like you kind of know where you're going to go. So start doing it now. Start looking at jobs, placements, blah, blah. And I instantly was like, oh God, I need to start. I actually started applying for all these. I had no qualifications. No one even got back to me, but I was like, Indeed, just applying, because I thought, interview experience, anything, I can just get something to get myself going. Placements, the university. I always talk about the Student Connect team, and that Handshake app, so good.
Handshake's good. I've had a look.
There's so much on there, so many placements, internships. It was like Indeed, but for students. That's why I loved it, because Indeed, there's so many jobs for everybody.
They do like summer placements and stuff, and then things for graduate students as well.
And there's stuff abroad as well. So it's like, and graduate. So if you graduated, you can go. Yeah, I was telling my sister, she just graduated. I was like, jump onto Handshake, because everything's it's brilliant. So do that. Get yourself Am I giving advice? Yeah. So get yourself into trying to get into the industry already, because that's what they're going to do anyway. They're going to, and I really appreciate it as well, because I think when I went away with my undergrad, I didn't have any idea around. I felt like I was just chucked into the world. Like, bye. But this is like, they're not going to let you go until you've got something, and they're on top of you. Like every day is like, have you done this? Have you sorted that? Have you got this? I'm like, I'm doing it. They force you.
Oh, there you go. What would you say to someone hesitant about investing more time in education?
Just do it. Like, I came back to uni. My youngest was like 2, I think. My undergrad was hectic because I had little kids. Now they're a lot older. But just do it, because you're not going to, if anything, you're wasting time, because you're gonna, if you know what you want to do it, because you're wasting time.
Yeah.
You're
just worrying.
Yeah, if you're worrying about it and it's just
doing something.
but yeah, you could. And if you're so hesitant, just go to the open days.
Yeah.
Talk to people. Email the tutors are so nice. You can email them if you're not a student and be like, I'm thinking to do this. Help me. Yeah, and they will guide you, help you, and they will take that fear away. If you got fear, because usually with mature students, I think it's the fear of, oh my God, if I'm going back to university, everyone's so young. I'm not I really felt that, but when I was here, I was like, oh God, everyone's
no one really cares.
Yeah, no one really cares. That's so true.
Exactly.
So before photography, I started doing a psychology degree back in the day. I just dropped out of that though because I didn't enjoy it. But there was a 56-year-old lady in my class.
Wow. Okay.
And I must have been, Zach wasn't born, mid-20s. So I was like, oh, like. And I felt old. I was like mid-20s.
Yeah.
I'm not old. I don't feel older now. So I was like, you think that it's awesome. You just need to get out there in the open days, go talk to people, get in. Once you got a feel of it, you'll realize.
I think it shows like it doesn't matter.
It does not matter
what your life has been. You know how old you are, what you've been through. You can always come back to education.
Always, yeah. I think a lot of people think that it's for young
There's
people.
nothing stopping you.
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing stopping you.
Yeah.
You can always change your career.
Yeah.
Like if you decide you could be doing, you could be working in a library. You don't want to do it anymore. Yeah. Come back to education, do something else. Go into science.
Yeah. And
no one's stopping you.
No one.
Exactly.
Yeah, if anything, you're stopping yourself from achieving what you can. And I think that's something that maybe I held myself back with. As soon as I had my kids, I was like, oh, I can't go back to uni. I can't do anything. I've just got to deal with life now.
And you've done it.
And I did it, After a few years, I was like, you know what, I'm just going to do it. I forced myself back into it, chipped in. It was hard.
If you hadn't, you wouldn't be here right now.
Here I am. I know, yeah. I think about that a lot lately.
It's crazy how the world works.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah. So, as a final question, what is next for you and how has university played a role in that journey?
So I am still at UC. I graduate in summer.
Yeah.
But I already kind of feel like I know what's next. I'm just going to jump into. I love freelance life. I just think it works for me so well. I've done jobs where I had to be in there for a certain amount of times, and it doesn't work well with my life. And I feel more comfortable freelancing, so I want to freelance.
Yeah.
With my marketing, so I'm trying to soak up as much knowledge as I can while I'm here. Like I just want to know. Like I said, I just turn up to everything. So like, you don't need to be here. I'm like, I'm here because I need to learn. Don't tell me I need to be here. But we've covered this. Now I want to cover it again. Let's do it again. So I want to take everything that I know, already know, and will learn, and just kind of start off doing my own thing, freelance. Maybe getting a job for me is just like. I want to work for the experience, which I'm going to try to do with my placement. I've got placements coming up. So in my placement, I'm going to soak as much as I can there as well. Like I need everything. And then just try to start my own kind of marketing. I wouldn't call it an agency, but personal brand.
Keep me in the know.
I will.
I might come back.
You'll see it on LinkedIn. You'll see it on
LinkedIn.
And you know what? Literally, all the marketing students, all of the graduates, so the alumni are literally there kind of mentors, can I say? We all talk to them and they help us because they're now in the industry or they got their own things going on.
They can give you the info.
So literally, and everyone says you're going to know people for life. I feel like I'm going to know these people for life.
Oh yeah.
So
it's a good thing though.
So that's probably what I'm going to hopefully hope it works. If it doesn't, then
fingers crossed.
Podcast next year.
I've got faith in you.
I'll have a podcast too. I've got so many plans.
Do everything.
But I'm going to do everything. Everything that I wanted to do.
Thank you, Aneesa, for sharing your incredible journey with us today. Honestly, you've given us a lot of info and you've helped me out a lot personally. I do really appreciate that.
Text me whenever you need anything.
I will. So for our listeners, whether you're considering a career change, advancing in your field, can't talk. Oh my gosh. Right, for our listeners, whether you're considering a career change, advancing in your field, or simply exploring the idea of postgraduate education, there we go. Aneesa's journey highlights the support, resources, and inspiration available here at the University of Staffordshire. If this episode has sparked your interest, don't hesitate to explore postgraduate programs or reach out to find out how the University of Staffordshire can help you achieve your career goals. Thank you for tuning in. So thank you to our listeners. Thank you to our host. Thank you, Aneesa, for being our guest today. Thank you to the University of Staffordshire Media Centre, podcast producer and production editor. If you'd like to be a guest on the podcast, please send us a DM on social media. To find further support at university, you can visit staffs.ac.uk or your Student Connect team. Don't forget to tell us what you think about the podcast so far by leaving a review, or let us know what your experiences have been. And yeah, that's it. Bye.